Give it a try. Definitely amuses me that this cutscene does not change in any way based on the race of your hero character. I'm kind of curious if the DS remake that was only released in Japan does anything like that. Like if your hero character is something other than a human, if there's any kind of explanation for that. Like if you're adopted or if you 8-beat and evolved or something. Is that any better? Just adjusted my mic a bit. I am using a slightly different setup than I normally do, but if the game's too loud compared to my mic, I can turn it down a bit too. I guess what do other people think about the audio balance? Okay, I'll turn it down a bit when I have a chance then. Wouldn't surprise me if it's slightly louder on the GameCube compared to the SNES. Turned it down a couple decibels. That sound better? Cool. Alright, so we're on a step route at this point. Everything that's going on is manipulated. I did these fights I'm taking are kind of for a couple of reasons. It's to get money, to get meat drops, and then just to get out of the encounters. Because some of these I might not be able to run from easily. So manipulating getting 2 meat drops to evolve our baby dragon we start with into a red bone, which is kind of the quickest monster form we can get that has access to the poison skill, which is the key to the first major glitch we're going to be doing. To have a character with the poison skill for that. Some shields, which are also an ingredient for that glitch. Kinda careful here too, because if I re-equip like the Colts, that actually reduces the number of charges that they have and therefore the resale value, which would pretty bad. $13 of these, basically until I have 88 gold left. Alright, so I'm throwing a total of 13 bows onto our robots in order to boost our party's collective agility by enough in order to be able to run from all of the encounters in space. During the part of the game we're in right now, fleas from encounters are guaranteed because of a mechanic this game has where empty party slots, either because you're in a part of the story where you don't have a guest character or you have a party member that's dead. An empty slot is treated like it has 100 agility, and that more or less guarantees fleas. So my agility doesn't matter for fleeing from these encounters, but it will once Key joins up for Ashura's base. Alright, so no real funny business happening yet. We're just we're playing through the first few dungeons in normal order. We're in a place called the Relics of the Ancient Gods here in order to get some magi. Progress the story so that we can go to Ashura's base. I like the added touch for the skeleton sprite in this game of that it has a pirate hat too. Nice bit of flair. Although the field sprite for the skeleton, if you kind of stare at it, the way when it's facing south, I think could pass for a mind flayer, Thulu or something like that too. In addition to the skeleton. Like with the overworld, all fleas are guaranteed at this point. Will be until Key joins the party. Which is where those 13 bows I bought in the first town, which is actually literally called First Town in the teleport list, matter. It's enabling me to run from them first try. Ashura's base is pretty annoying and glitchless runs without manipulation because of a lot of opportunities to fail plays and lose time. If I don't get the next gang fight till after picking up Key, that means I'm good on steps. Joining in on the zombie dance party here. If you touch a zombie, it forces an extra fight, although you can still run away. And if that happens, it's actually not a huge deal. Because when I get to the top floor, I actually need to force extra encounters off one of the zombies, and if I get into more fights on the way up there, it just changes the number of extra fights I need to force. The zombies getting in my way is kind of more of the issue than forcing extra fights. Oh, and a glitched run that uses the credits warp glitch too would end right here. You would do the poison glitch here and then warp to the credits. Yep. AGDQ starts next weekend. I'm not running anything this time, but I got invited to be on couch for Final Fantasy Legend 2, which is going to be Monday around 8 a.m. time. So now I just use this zombie here to advance the encounter table. The next encounter is going to be the one I need for the poison glitch, so as part of setting up for that, I'm going to trash all of my bows. I want the robots to go last every turn. Alright, so this is the fight where we're going to be glitching out our stats and stuff. Make sure I do every input correctly. Poison the goblin shield. This fight's being manipulated, so just if I make a single mistake, I lose. So now we punch the goblin. So, the outcome of this fight is going to be a very, very specific sequence of, basically on the last turn, the goblin's going to die from poison damage, and then the last action before that had no target, specifically a shield defense. And that gives us the red Ortet's meat, which, along with corrupting, our stats and inventory in some pretty special ways. So, you know the 7 sword, which is the best sword in the game and is a rare drop from the game's super boss? Well, we've now got 6 of them on each of our robots, and then by de-equipping the laser sword that our robots' poison and paralysis immunity got corrupted into, we're underflowing our robots' HP and agility. That poor rhinoceros didn't know what hit it. How hard is this to set up for a casual? If you mean this glitched run specifically, it's pretty specific, because it relies on manipulating the game's pseudo-random number generator, and kind of the setup for that is very nuanced as far as what means you're playing the game. If you want a quick nostalgia fix, I would highly recommend doing a glitchless run instead of a glitched run. There's better guides and stuff out there for glitchless, and even just playing through based on notes and stuff without really a lot of experience. You can beat this game in pretty comfortably, I'd say under 3 hours, if not closer to 2. And you get to see all of the story if you do it that way too, including the banana smuggling subplot, which is easily the most memorable part. Yeah, I would just Google or go to the speedrun.com leaderboard page for Final Fantasy Legend 2. I mean, I got my my notes for Glitch List just from watching other runs and taking notes and what they were doing. It's a pretty self-explanatory run as far as kind of just if you watch a run and take notes on the menu and the fight strats. I mean, you can do it yourself. There isn't really any special stuff going on beyond the scene. Savers. Hey, Dynafire. It's going pretty decently. This is actually my first attempt at a glitched run without using save states for practice. Swapping one of the 7 swords on each of the robots for a saber, as I understand it, to prevent an overflow glitch that would do bad things to my stats. Yes. Yeah, we could get the happy end to the Edo world if we actually were able to expose Ichigoya as a banana smuggler. Watch it here. Still on step route here. There's a fight I need to take higher up in this tower to get a meat drop that I need. Pack on this floor. Okay, then the next fight should be the one that I'm gonna need to pick. This one's way less complicated than the one for the poison glitch, though. So it was part of the same glitch. The poison glitch I did corrupted a lot of game data, including what forms my party members were. The corruption for the party member forms only lasted until the end of the fight that I did the poison glitch on, but because the poison glitch fight gave me a meat drop too, I was able to evolve my monster character into a black cat, which is an endgame monster. Hopefully that made sense. A lot of the glitches in this game, kind of to fully understand them, you need to know some stuff about like binary code and hex code and stuff. So I'm kind of trying to explain them in ways that don't really require knowledge like that. And then kind of the outcome of the evolutions I'm doing now is that I now have a giant who has the teleport skill, and the teleport skill is the key to the next round of glitching I'm going to be doing to skip a huge chunks of the game. That's mostly true. It's because it's not really the meat that's glitched out. It's my monster's form. Like my monster was for a very brief period of time during the fight where I did the poison glitch was a sandworm, and because I fed it some meat, there it evolved it into a black cat. So I got to keep having a superpowered endgame form because of that, because of getting a normal beat drop when I had a kind of a temporarily glitched out form, if that makes sense. A Reclesis, let's look. So we're teleporting. These usages of teleporting are just to skip some backtracking. They're not actually doing glitching quite yet. Yeah, poor Key. Well, we'll be fixing up Key faster thanks to having teleport. Like how the giant looks more like a goblin than a giant, and it's also not really giant-sized. Teleporting to the same town we're in order to skip having to walk back out of the shop. Yeah, I did that in my save state practice beforehand, although if you say no, you talks more. It still counts as hitting the story trigger. But we're just gonna lull Johnny into a false sense of security that he's the only giant here, rather than me. Secret door. Don't mind if I do. The law of you are what you eat doesn't really apply to Saga. Yep. Takes one to know one, I guess. As far as I know, I'm still on step route. The step route doesn't matter too much at this point. The only really place it's going to matter again is the final dungeon, as far as trying to avoid unrunnable fights. Once I've evolved into the giant, I'm more or less done with step routing, but I do want to try to keep it going the rest of the game. Yeah, that's what I do call hacks on that being an amoeba too. Yep, yeah, we've reached final form already, like less than 20 minutes into the run. We're gonna go to the racetrack, but we're not actually going to see the Watcher. I think grippe, is French for cold or sick or something like that. I think someone once told me, so definitely, yeah. a fun choice by the English localizers. I'm now a fun-size giant, I guess. Ungruppe is it called? Okay. Yeah, some of the monster set in Key's body definitely makes sense to be inside somebody's body. This stuff, well, this stuff, I mean, you kind of try to argue is Ashura's goons, but the one that gets me, though, is terrorists and rhinoceroses. Like that rock enemy on the right, could be maybe like a kidney stone or something, or some other similar type of malady. Oh, grip? Okay. Yeah, I did study French for 4 years between high school and college, but I'm pretty rusty because that was over 20 years ago now. Right, is this person of rhinos and ninjas living in them? Very poor diet. Yeah, yeah, we get the Magi and then take off and don't really do anything about the miniaturized Ashura goons that are still in her body. The game doesn't really also understand how taking the Magi out of Key's body doesn't kill her, given that Ashura just flat out told you that he sent his goons into Key's body to get the Magi and to kill her, and somehow us taking the Magi does not kill her. Skip having to walk all the way back to the hub. These teleports aren't super big time savers, but it's more than 0. Ah! Bit of the step route. I mean, worst case, I'm gonna lose time in the final dungeon because of having to fight stuff. Failing the step route isn't going to make the run incompletable at this point. If I keep getting into that habit, maybe I should just put off getting the Magi in the Key's left arm. At least as I see it, for after the first teleport. Just kind of following my glitchless route of just going for both arms before going down to the heart and feet. That'll be kind of early, given that I'll have to be up and ready, like at least an hour or so before that, and I am going to be at AGDQ, so it's going to be local time for me. 8:14 Eastern is 7:14 my time, but since I'll be there, it'll be 8:14 my time. But yeah, It'll be a little bit of an early rise that morning, but certainly could be worse. Yeah, I have the whole week off. Basically, my end of year vacation is when I get first full week of January off to go to AGDQ. A visual image. Now we have killer robots. Actually, just go down the bosses here with ice. Bit of buffering walking away from key to skip her dialogue. I buffer going into the menu to use teleport there. Yep. Be teleporting to the fridge to get soda and stuff too if I could teleport in real life. Alright, so we're in Apollo's world, and this is where we're playing the story as intended is going to come to a screeching halt. Once we get 29 Magi, then we're able to do our next major glitch. You do have a bit of flexibility as far as what order you collect the Magi in Apollo's world, but the fastest way to get the number we need to do the next glitch is just heading straight for the volcano. I mean, this is the same route we'd take in a glitchless run too, as far as where we go first. I reused Genbu sprite from FFL 1. Now that we have 29 Magi, I'm going to use my trash can 3 times. It's treated like a potion, a stack of potions, and that has now glitched out the number of Magi that the game thinks I have to be more than the number that actually exist in the game. So now I can open all locked doors. That's still not fast enough. Next step is going to be setting up kind of our last really major glitch in order to be able to go out of bounds. Door, 5 doors. Now skipping all of the rest of Apollo's world and all of Venus's world. Space world. Getting on the teleport. Game definitely doesn't expect us to have teleport at this point, even though it is technically possible without glitching. It's burn some encounters there, but I guess we'll be fighting in the last dungeon. Now we're going out of bounds and going down the back door. Ideally, I would be using the step route in order to not have to fight anything here, just because all fights in the final dungeon, except for Haniwa, the super boss, are unrunnable. Yeah, using the dragon teleport glitch causes some interesting graphical glitches. Hopefully we're able to get to Arsenal without another fight. Be a sub 40. Arsenal is horrifying in glitchless runs, but my robot's stats are glitched out, so they have like around 65,000 hit points and 250 agility, and are using agility-based weapons. So I am in no danger at all. Take about 100 hits with the Smasher with doing high damage rolls to actually kill one of my robots. And GG. Something. Right on. Sadly, talking to ISIS in order to end the game deletes my glitched out dragon sprite. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it's actually possible to get back on the dragon and ride to the transition tile to go to where Dad is. But since timing ends after you beat Arsenal, I'm trying to optimize this part. Doesn't work. Here we go. The sub 40 on a first actual run of this is not bad at all. I want to say the record is around 35 minutes or so. I have absolutely zero interest in trying to not just chase the record, but like get like an actual good time. But well, maybe I might do some more of these runs after AGDQ to at least try to get a 38 or so. Probably just, I think that's generally just the standard for most Final Fantasy games and other RPGs in the Western speedrun communities, that usually timing is from starting the game until the last hit on the final boss. There's a lot of RPGs that have text mashing after you've killed the final boss before the credits start, but since you can't lose any, that's probably part of the spirit of it too, is that, I mean, once you've killed Arsenal, you can't lose anymore. And I mean, you could not trigger the rest of the ending, but you can't die once you've beaten Arsenal. Tool-assisted runs go off of last input, though, because, I mean, a tool-assisted speedrun is an input file that's being played back on a game, so that's timed from game power on until last input. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it good here for the night. I mostly just wanted to make sure I was kind of familiar with the route for glitched FFL2, and that I'm able to actually explain the glitches and everything. This is going to be my last stream for 2 weeks, since I'll be in Pittsburgh for AGDQ as of next weekend, and then getting back the Sunday the following weekend. If you haven't seen it already, there is the schedule. I'll be on couch for the run of FFL2 by Toorima in the morning on Sunday, January 6th. Along with Chess Jerks. That should be a pretty fun time.